Hey everyone, and welcome to this showcase episode of my channel. In this one I'm going to be showing you a lot of the stuff that I got in my last toy haul from episode 333. So check out that video if you haven't yet seen the stuff that I picked up. But in this one I'm going to be showcasing you out of box some Marvel Legends, some Star Wars Black Series, some WWE Elite figures, and some Power Rangers. So without further ado, Christmas Yoda says, let's get on with the showcase.
Make their head drop.
Alright, we're going to start with the WWE Elite figures that I picked up. And we're going to start with this guy on the left. This is Dolph Ziggler. And once again, I think that this is probably the best Dolph Ziggler face sculpt we've ever seen on an Elite figure. Comes with this soft goods jacket. Jacket says Beverly Hills there. It's got Ziggler's little logo right there on the back. And he's got the Beverly Hills on his pants as well. And there's the boots. And it says Hollywood on his leg there. The only accessories he comes with besides the jacket are these additional hands. And the hands are basically just open hands. I have these hands in right now. Next is Buddy Murphy. I believe this is the first Elite Buddy Murphy figure we've gotten. Once again, this one comes with the Chase version. The Chase version has black pants. Otherwise, I think it's pretty much identical to this version. But pretty good face sculpt. Pretty good likeness to Buddy Murphy. He has these two hands that I have in right now, these pointing hands. He also comes with these open hands. He also comes with the Cruiserweight belt, which is currently held by Leo Rush. But here is a close-up on the boots and the pants. I think the pants look pretty good. And that is the kind of pants that Buddy Murphy has, where they're all kind of torn at the bottom. But there you go. Next up we have Drew McIntyre. And this is a pretty good figure here. Just to show you the size difference between McIntyre and like Buddy Murphy. That's a pretty good indicator right there on the size of the figure. He is a taller dude in person. He does come with this additional head sculpt. When he first comes out for his entrance, his hair's on his face, and then he kind of does that, and the hair goes back, and then he looks like that. So they included both head sculpts. I don't really like this head sculpt, so I have this one in right now. Comes with a couple different hands, so he comes with these hands, because he does that on his entrance as well. And then he also comes with these kind of open hands down here. And then he comes with a tag team belt, a Raw tag team belt. So this is the second one I have of these, so I can actually have a tag team holding the belts. But here he is, pretty cool. There's the kind of design and sculpt on the back of the coat. Pretty cool figure. Drew McIntyre. This is actually the second Elite, modern Elite version of Drew McIntyre they've done. They actually did an NXT version as well. That one's kind of hard to find. It was a Target exclusive. And then last but not least is Rey Mysterio. He does not come with this US title, but I gave it to him anyway because he is the current US champion. But he comes with this shirt. It says GOAT, greatest of all time. He is a legend. Rey Mysterio. I like this figure a lot. They actually did a newer version of the Rey Mysterio figure. I don't like the face sculpt on that one though. He's kind of like got his mouth open and he's sticking his tongue out or something. Just kind of weird looking. I like this version. But you can see the tattoos on the arms there. They have all the tattoos on the chest as well. And tattoos on the back as well. So there is Rey Mysterio. He comes with these hands here, these open hands. Gotta have the fisted hands in right now because these hands look a little large on this frame here. So these hands look more natural. Once again, he does not come with the US title, but I gave that to him anyway. And then he also comes with this right here, which you can simulate like an air attack move. It has this little peg on the bottom, and there goes Rey. Rey's down for the count. Has this little peg here on the bottom, and I'm assuming this plugs into a ring. There are my WWE Elite pickups. I love this line a lot. And I've actually, you'll see this on a collection video, I actually separated my display recently where I have all my Raw and SmackDown figures on one Detolf shelf, and I have my NXT figures on its own Detolf shelf. So there you go. All right, next are the Marvel Legends, and we're going to start with my favorite figure in this wave. This is the Iron Patriot from Endgame, and he is freaking huge. He's a very large figure. I like the way they did this figure because I was wondering if they were going to make him this big, since he was that big in the movie, but he looks awesome. A lot of plastic on this figure. I hope they actually do the rocket from Endgame as well, so you can put him on Iron Patriot's shoulders like in the movie. But very, very cool here. I actually had these the wrong way. I had them down like this, and then I had these like that. But I started looking at the pictures, the promotional pictures of Iron Patriot. It's kind of hard to see him in the movie because it's so dark and there's a lot of stuff going on. And it actually looks like this in the promotional pictures. So that's how he's going to be posed in my display. But just giving you the 360 on this figure. All these little guns here plug in with little holes and pegs in the back there. But just very, very cool. I like it a lot. There are the arms. Little guns on the arms as well. I'm glad they did this figure because the original figure they did was a War Machine, which looked similar to this. It was a large figure as well, but that never actually was in the final movie. That War Machine was only in the trailer. There's a little comparison between the Iron Patriot and the next figure you're going to see, which is Heimdall. So this is Heimdall from Infinity War, and look at the size of that sword. That is a big sword. But this is a very, very good face sculpt. This looks awesome. This cape is hard plastic, so if you have the cape on, you're not going to get any movement out of this arm. It's pretty much just going to stay under the cape there, but it's very nicely done. I like the cape, the colors they use, the sculpt. It looks fantastic. Again, excellent, excellent face sculpt. I'm glad we finally got a 6-inch Heimdall. Feels like we've been asking for one. We've wanted a Heimdall for a long, long time, since I guess the first Thor movie came out. And we finally got one. I was hoping that we were going to get another Heimdall with all the armor on and the big helmet on. Hopefully they still do that one. But this one looks great. Really, really like it. And next up is Valkyrie from Endgame. And this is the white armor that she wore at the end of Endgame when she was on the flying horse. Just an awesome, awesome scene. One of my favorite scenes in all MCU movies was that end war, that end big battle at the end of Endgame. Just very, very cool. But this is a great looking figure. She does kind of have a hard time standing up at times because she has these kind of platform shoes on, and then she also has this plastic cape which kind of weighs her down in the back. So you kind of have to bend her forward slightly just to get her to stand up. But there you go. Great, great face sculpt. Very good likeness to Tessa Thompson. Awesome looking figure. I like this Valkyrie a lot more than the previous Valkyrie they did. This one just looks fantastic with the coloring on the armor, the gold on white. Just looks so good. And then that blue sword. She does come with this sheath as well. And I didn't find any place to actually store the sheath or plug in the sheath. So I think she's actually just supposed to hold the sheath with this hand, because this hand looks larger. It's kind of a bigger opening on that hand. So I'm assuming that's why they have that opening on the hand, just to hold the sheath and have her like taking the sword out. But there you go. Valkyrie. And I'll show you the back there. Little design on the back of the cape there. Very, very cool. And then this one right here, this is, in my personal opinion, it's the figure I like the least from this wave, but it's still pretty cool. I like the kind of translucent light plastic that they used for the cape. You can actually kind of see through the cape slightly. It's kind of an opaque, translucent plastic for that cape. It's hard plastic. And then his whole body is kind of like a clearish plastic, kind of translucent, but it is Vision. And I think this is the Vision. On the box it said this was Vision from, I believe, Civil War. But I suppose you could have this as your stand-in for your Infinity War Vision. That would work, because he does phase in Infinity War. He's pretty much battle damaged through most of Infinity War, though. So, but there you go. There is Phasing Vision. And then these two I actually already had in the collection. These are not new figures, but I put them out here anyway, just so that you could see the entire wave. This is Cap from Endgame when he goes back in time. And then this is the, I forgot which Mark this is. Is it Mark 85? Tony Stank, Iron Man. I really like this figure a lot. It looks, and there goes Cap. This figure looks great next to the Rescue figure, which I also have. But really, really cool looking there. I do wish that he had the unmasked or unhelmeted face sculpt. But this Cap, as you could see, he just fell. For some reason, I have a hard time standing him up. I don't know if it's the boot, the foot, the bottom of the foot, how it's kind of curved near the toe, or that heel there. He has the hardest time standing up. Let's see if I can get it to stand up. Ah, there we go. But this is the Cap. The other thing I don't really like about this figure is this plastic, for some reason, on this figure, just this figure, feels very brittle. It feels very hard, as opposed to kind of the softer plastic on the rest of these figures. This plastic, it just seems like it's just a harder plastic, and it's kind of sometimes difficult to articulate the joints. Just feels like a cheaper plastic to me, but maybe that's just my version. But I included it there anyway because he is part of the Bro Thor wave. And speaking of the Bro Thor, this is freaking awesome. I love this Build-A-Figure. I know it's kind of, you know, he was kind of a joke in Endgame. He was pretty badass at the end, but for the most part through the movie, they kind of played him up to be like comic relief. But I love the sculpt. I think it looks great with the robe and the hoodie, the pajama bottoms. And then there is his axe. Pretty awesome. He comes with a head sculpt with the sunglasses on, and then he also comes with this additional head sculpt. More serious looking head sculpt. I do hope that we get a another Thor from Endgame that shows him in his full armor at the end. That will be an awesome figure. But for now, we've got this one, Bro Thor, big belly. Mine actually, this leg right here is very loose at the knee. It came out of the package very loose. So I kind of have to swivel it a little bit so that it doesn't have as much articulation, just so that he can stand there and not fall over. But that's how mine came. But there you go. There's Bro Thor. Awesome, awesome Build-A-Figure. I really like this one. And then there's the rest of the wave behind him. Iron Man, Vision, Valkyrie, Heimdall, Captain America, and Iron Patriot. Very, very cool wave. I like this wave a lot. And there are my Marvel Legends. Alright, here are the Star Wars Black Series figures that I picked up. I got 4 of them here. We're going to start with this one right here. This is the Off-World Jawa. You saw this guy in The Mandalorian. You saw this guy get vaporized in The Mandalorian. I need more of these because I love Episode 3. I love the Jawa episode. I thought that was great. And this is a great looking figure. I love it with the soft goods. There's something about a Jawa with soft goods. It just brings back kind of the nostalgia factor of collecting Star Wars figures. Because I used to have the soft robe Jawa. I never had that vinyl cape Jawa. But I don't know. I love the way they look. These are so Star Wars to me. Just looking at a Jawa. But very, very cool. I love the soft goods. Here's his little Jawa feet and his little red eyes. But there you go. There is the Off-World Jawa from The Mandalorian. Speaking of The Mandalorian, from Episode 4, this is Cara Dune. This is Gina Carano. And look at this face sculpt. This right here shows you how far along Hasbro has come with this digital face printing technology and the sculpts. This looks like an import figure to me. I mean, it looks so, so good. This is such a well done figure. It looks just like Gina Carano. I mean, that's amazing. That is an awesome looking face sculpt. She was a cool character in the show. I hope we see more of her. She's a badass in real life. She's an MMA fighter, but she comes with this gun. I love the sculpting on the uniform, on the outfit. She comes with this little dagger which you can remove, and it does kind of get stored in her boot there like that. She comes with this gun right here, which you could store in the holster. But she looks fantastic. Absolutely well done figure. 100% recommend this figure if you like The Mandalorian. Awesome, awesome figure right here. And then we have, from episode 9, we have C-3PO with Chewbacca's bandolier, with Chewbacca's bowcaster. I don't even want to think about why he has that stuff on, because it'll probably make me sad. This is the end of the Skywalker saga, so we're probably going to see some of our favorite characters, the ones that are still alive. We're going to see them move on, but this just makes me sad. Hopefully C-3PO goes out like a badass, though. He's kind of been very pacifistic. Is that even a word? He's been very peaceful. He's never been one to engage in a firefight, in warfare, but hopefully he turns into a complete frickin' badass in episode 9. But there's C-3PO. This is a great looking figure. This is a great looking C-3PO, and I can't wait to see episode 9. He also comes with this little frick right here. Babu Frick. Best name ever. He's a little frickhead right there. He's apparently like a droid mechanic, so he must do something to C-3PO to turn him into a badass. But we'll find out in a couple weeks. December 20th. I'll be there, episode 9. I'm looking forward to it. I'm not as apprehensive as I was before because The Mandalorian has kind of made me feel really good about the future of Star Wars. Before, you know, I was kind of worrying what's going to happen after episode 9. Where's the universe going to go? But I know we are in amazing hands with The Mandalorian, Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni. They're kicking ass with The Mandalorian. So, well done. Very awesome series so far. And then this one right here. So we previously got a Jedi Luke in the Black Series, but I will say I used to have that figure, and this figure compared to that figure is literally like night and day. This right here, I'll say it right now, I've taken some time to think about this because I didn't want to say something just because it was something new and I liked it because it was the new thing on the shelf. This right here is one of my favorite figures of 2019. It's an amazing figure. It's my favorite Luke Skywalker in my collection besides a Hot Toys figure. This is exceptionally well done. I love this Jedi Luke figure. The robe looks good. The blaster looks good. Look at the metallic kind of paint on the blaster. Lightsaber looks great. Mine is even kind of defective because when I took mine out of the package, watch this. I don't know if you could see that, but his legs are super loose and wobbly at the hip there. So mine's kind of defective, and it doesn't even faze me. It doesn't even bother me. That's how much I love this figure. They did little things like they kind of tapered the hood right there. You can see there's a stitch right there so that it lays the way a hood is supposed to lay. Let me see if I can do it real quick. All right, so this is what I'm talking about. They fixed the hood because on these soft good Jedi robes previously, it would just like kind of poof out into a circle. It wouldn't lay right. But they added the stitch in this figure, and now the hood frickin' lays right. This is awesome. This is such a great figure. I love this figure. Probably top 5, maybe top 3 of the year for me as far as my favorite figures of the year. But I would 1000% recommend this figure. I love it. If you're a Luke fan, if you're a Black Series fan, do yourself a favor. Get this figure. I might buy another one. A, because my hips are defective, and B, because I want to display them without the Jedi robe. I just love this figure. It's so well done. But there you go. I'm going to stop gushing about that figure. There's my Star Wars Black Series pickups. I love all 4. They're all great. The Cara Dune, excellent figure. And then this figure right here, this Luke, just 10 out of 10 for me. And if the hips weren't defective, it would be an 11 out of 10. So there you go. All right, I only picked up one of these Power Rangers in my last haul. And since I only got one, I decided to get my other Rangers out and my other characters out just so you could see him and how he compares to them. But here is the Red Ranger from Mighty Morphin. He looks fantastic. Comes with a little gun there, comes with the sword, comes with this like lightning effect on the sword, which looks fantastic. Has the helmeted version. I love the joints, these kind of butterfly joints in the shoulders. And then this kind of like, I think it's a ball peg in the torso there. And then he also has ab crunch. These Power Rangers figures are kicking butt as far as articulation goes. The upper thigh cut, hip articulation, double jointed knees. It's got a calf cut there. It's got ankle articulation. It's got a rocker ankle. Just, this is like the best articulation on any Hasbro figure. So hopefully Star Wars follows suit. Hopefully Marvel Legends follows suit and kind of incorporates this kind of articulation across all of the Hasbro action figures, because Power Rangers is killing it as far as articulation goes. But comes with the unhelmeted head sculpt. Let me show you that one up close. There is the unhelmeted head sculpt. There you go. Red Ranger. Pretty badass. I got my other Rangers out. I still need to get a Green Ranger. I haven't picked up that 2-pack, the Green Ranger and the Putty. I haven't found that anywhere. I haven't seen it in the wild at all. But I have the Red Ranger. I have the Black Ranger with the Dragon Shield from Walgreens. And I have Pink Ranger. So he will look good with them. There you go. There's my Rangers that I have so far. And then here are Lord Zed and Goldar. So I'm still loving this line. This line is fantastic. This Zed is another one of my favorite figures of the entire year. I like the Goldar as well. But I just love this line. It's such a great line. Comes with a lot of great accessories. Fantastic articulation all around. And you can't get a better figure for 20 bucks. So there you go. There's my Rangers. And there's my bad guys, and moving on to Mezco. Alright, here is a Mezco Wonder Woman. This is the Mezco exclusive Wonder Woman that came out, and I like her. I know that she is quite limited with articulation. A lot of people say that, you know, she can't really be posed in extremely dynamic poses, but I'm not one that actually does a lot of dynamic poses. So I think this will do for me. I like the sculpt a lot. But let me show you this thing up close. So here's how I currently have her posed with this cape on. I like the way the cape is. There's a metal wire in this cape here, so you can actually pose and articulate the cape to make it look like it's flowing in the wind or whatever you want to do. She comes with a couple head sculpts. So here's the first head sculpt. Let me get this spear out of the way so I'm not stabbing the camera lens here. But there is the first face sculpt. Teeth exposed. Very blue eyes. Look at those eyes. And then the other face sculpt, which I'm going to actually do a swap here in just a second and show you the different accessories. But here's the other face sculpt right there. Mouth closed. I kind of like this one more, actually. The mouth closed. But there's the other head sculpt. Can't really see the back with the cape on, so I'm going to show you that one as soon as I cut here. But this spear is very nicely done. I like the spear a lot. Let me show you that. Great paint on the spear. And then here's the shield. That actually kind of looks like a Batman symbol to me. When I first looked at that, it kind of reminded me of like a Robin symbol or a Batman symbol, that red right there. But I know it's the Wonder Woman symbol. It just kind of, right away when I first looked at it, it looked like a bat. But really nice design on the shield there. And there's even design on the back of the shield there where she holds it. But let me go ahead and swap the head out, swap the accessories out. I'm going to take the cape off and then show you this thing, do a 360 of it. Alright, I got the cape off, the head swapped, and the accessory swapped. And before we get any further, I just want to show you this cape up close. Like I said, there's a wire in it the whole way around, so you can get some pretty nice articulation in the cape itself, but it's really nicely done. I like the sheen on the material. There's that blue stripe that runs down the side too. So very nicely done on the cape. But here she is. There's the other head sculpt. And then she comes with this axe. I think the axe looks pretty awesome. I like all the coloring on all the weaponry. With the gold and the brown, the blue. It's just very vivid looking. I like the sword as well. There's gold and red, silver on the sword. Awesome sculpt on the sword as well. But she also comes with this lasso here. These are not all the accessories, by the way. I only took out some of the accessories. She comes with more stuff. She comes with a stand. But here is the outfit. The armor. I think it looks great. And then here's the back. Some people say that this looks like a diaper on her. The lower blue piece. I don't see that. I don't know. Maybe it's the way that I'm posing it, but I don't see a diaper. I mean, I guess from this angle, if you're going to pose it from this angle and this is what you see, yeah, you're going to see a diaper, but I don't pose it at that angle. I pose it like this, so I don't see a diaper. Anyway, she does have the thigh cuts there. She has a single jointed knee. I like how the knee joint is obscured by the knee cap there. I like the way that Mezco does that. She has ankle articulation. She has ankle rocker, single jointed elbows, and then good wrist articulation as well. But I like this figure. I didn't know what to think at first because a lot of people were kind of hating on it. They didn't like it. They didn't like the articulation. I look at this figure and I see Linda Carter. I see the Wonder Woman from the old TV show. I think it looks fantastic. I think this looks like if that Wonder Woman show was done in 2019 and she had modern weaponry, what she would look like now. I think that looks freaking awesome. So yeah, I'm going to keep it in my collection, and what I'm going to probably do is make a Justice League Mezco shelf. So I got these guys out here. I got the blue PX Batman, because that's my Justice League Batman. And then I got this John Stewart Green Lantern. And there's the start of my Justice League. So I do think they're going to redo or do a new version of Superman. I think they're going to do a new Flash. We have Aquaman coming out soon. We have a new Hal Jordan coming out. So I think we're going to have a full Justice League lineup. The last one that we saw for Superman, that was a couple of years ago, done by Mezco, and that figure is very, very expensive now. Same with Shazam. So I could see them doing newer versions of both. Because with Wonder Woman, we're getting at least two versions. We got this one here, this classic version, and we're getting a modern version as well. They've done numerous Batman. They've done at least two Green Lantern, this one and Hal. So I think we're going to get a newer take on the Flash, because that figure's expensive. Superman, Mezco can really just do modern takes on all of those Justice League members. And they will look nice on a Justice League shelf in my Detolf. So there you go. There's the Mezco Wonder Woman. I like this figure a lot. I think she looks great. But there you go. There's my Justice League as it stands right now. Alright, and then last but not least, here is the Mezco exclusive Jim Gordon and Bat Signal. And this Bat Signal, holy cow, look at the sculpting on this thing. I used to have the Dark Knight Rises Hot Toys Bat Signal, and honestly, in my opinion, I think the sculpting on this one's better. There's so much detail on this Bat Signal. I mean, look at the level of detail that Mezco used on this thing. It just looks so good. So much sculpt. The wiring, just the color, the metal, the wash. I mean, that looks so good. I love it. It is functional, and I'll show you that in just a second. But first, let me show you the Jim Gordon. So you can display him two different ways. You can kind of display him as the Jim Gordon that's ready to rock and roll in all of his GCPD gear, his tactical vest, his gun, his badge, his walkie-talkie, ready to go. Ready to go arrest some bad guys. And that's the way I have him right now. I really like this look here with the walkie and the badge. He does have two different head sculpts. An older Jim Gordon, which has gray hair. You can see the gray in the hair there. And then there's actually a younger one. So look at the mustache there as well. That's gray. Here's the younger Jim Gordon. More dark hair, black hair. Younger, less wrinkles. And I guess you could probably have this head sculpt with this outfit on. So he's kind of like more part of the police force. And then have this head sculpt with the trench coat on where he's the commissioner. So I kind of have like a little hybrid right there where he's old commissioner guy but ready to jump in the line of fire there. So yeah, there's the Jim Gordon. I think he looks great. He's got his old man slacks on, his orthopedic shoes. And I just think he looks good. I think he looks awesome. So let me do this. I'm going to take this Batman from the Justice League and put him right there. I think the other Sovereign Knight Batman with the black cowl would probably look better next to this Commissioner Gordon. I just think of this blue Batman as more so like Justice League affiliated, where the dark one is more Dark Knight with Commissioner Gordon in Gotham City. But there you go. That'll just give you an idea of his size, his height. But are you ready to see this thing lit up? I am. So there's a little switch right here, and you just lift it up. And let me show you what it looks like when it's lifted up. Here we go. Bam! So it is much brighter when the lights are off. I have studio lighting on right now to light this video up. But that is a pretty bright light. And I will show you that it does, in fact, cast the signal right there. The bat signal. So that's pretty freaking awesome. But yes, this thing is very, very cool. I'm so happy that I bought this. I did buy it on eBay, so I paid a little bit more for it. A little bit more than retail. I think I paid $145 for this 2-pack, the Bat Signal and this Jim Gordon, but I'm quite happy with it. I think it looks great. Mine does have like a little, I don't know if that's a paint splotch or a nick or what, but it doesn't bother me. It's the Bat Signal. It should kind of be messed up and weathered, but there you go. That is the full showcase. We ended with Mezco. I really, really love this 2-pack. I recommend it. It is going up in price, so if you're into this, if you want to buy it, I would recommend you seek it out sooner than later. But there you go. That's the end of the showcase. Alright, that's the end of this video. Hopefully you like this all showcase video, but I'm down here in front of the Christmas tree because I love this time of year. It's so happy, so joyful. Hopefully you get to enjoy this time of the year with your family. Enjoy buying presents for loved ones and friends and family, but I just love coming down here, just sitting next to the Christmas tree and reading comics or staring at the Christmas tree. But there you go. That's the end of this video. Thanks for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing. I'm going to continue to post the video on YouTube. It's going to be made for kids, but I think it's still showing up in people's feeds. But as of January 1st, I don't know what the heck they're going to do, so you might stop seeing notifications. You might not be able to comment after January 1st, but as of right now, if you're seeing this video on YouTube, comment away. But you can find it on Vimeo, vimeo.com/CincyNerd. Check it out on there. But that's it for now. Thanks again for watching. Adios, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I actually was going to film my Hot Toys collection in the next one, but I have a couple pickups that I'm going to be showing you. I have one more haul video before my Hot Toys collection video, so stay tuned for that. But check that one out. I'll see you guys soon, and happy holidays.